Hello. Next topic is radiative transitions. നമ്മൾ ബോർസ് ആറ്റം മോഡൽ പഠിച്ചപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി ഒരു വൺ ഓഫ് ദ പോസ്റ്റുലേറ്റ് we have learned that the when the electron revolves in the allowed or specified orbits, the electron does not radiate energy, and only when the electron jumps from one orbit to another orbit, from a higher orbit to lower orbit, it radiates energy. So the atom is stable. That was one of the postulates by Bohr atom model. But in actually there is no evidence for, there is no theoretical proof for that. But quantum mechanics gives the real explanation for that. What is the reason behind that radiation? Okay, so we can easily prove that postulate using quantum mechanics. Okay, better I say like that. We can prove that postulate using quantum mechanics. For that, we have to know how to find the expectation value of the electron. We know how to find the expectation value of position. This is the idea. If any function or any operator, if you want to find the expectation value, this is the formula: integral psi star x psi dx. Integral within the limits. What is the limit? Actually, you have to give according to the particular cases. Okay. Now consider the electron in a particular state, nth state. So let the electron is in a particular state n, so that its energy is En. E suffix n, so that means it is the nth state. Okay. Now let us assume that it is a simple motion, only x directional motion, so we don't have much complexity. The wave function of this electron, we can take it as psi n, okay, of xt equal to, so wave function depending upon x and t, that can be written as a space part un of x and a time part e to the power of minus I by h cross e into t. Here e is en because the electron is in the nth state. Okay. Now if the wave function psi is given by this expression, then what is psi n star? Psi n star is wherever I comes, you change the sign of complex number I. Okay, so you can write, so also un can be un star, then e to the power of minus I becomes plus I, so I by h cross en into t. Okay, so un of x psi n of x t. So this is the complex conjugate of psi n. Now the electron does not move from the state n, it is remained in the particular state En. So that what is the expectation value of the position of the electron? So let us find the expectation value of position of the electron, expectation x. That is given by integral minus infinity to plus infinity. These are the limits. These are the maximum limits where electron can move. Then psi n star, then x psi n. Okay, into dx. Okay, so this is psi n of xt, this is x, then psi n of xt dx. Okay, now we can substitute here. So this is minus integral minus infinity to plus infinity. Psi n star is this one, un star e to the power of I by h cross en into t. Then x comes here, then psi comes. So un e to the power of minus I by h cross en into t into dx. Okay, so this x is position variable, this is time variable, so it does not have, you can take the x to the left side of this exponential term. So you can write this one as integral minus infinity to plus infinity. X you can write here, no problem. Then un star comes, then un, this un comes here. Then these two exponential terms cancel each other. Okay, so that we can write into dx. So this is the expectation value of position of the electron in the nth state. Okay, now you look at this expression. This un of x, un is only depending on x. Un is only depending on x. So only variable in this expression is x, position only, no time. Even though psi has the time term, it vanishes from this expression. There is no time factor in this expression. That means expectation value is, expectation of the electron is constant in time. So there is no time dependence here. There is no time dependence in this expression. There is no time variable in this expression. So we can say that x is independent of time, or expectation x is constant in time. Okay, so that means the position of the electron does not change. That means on an average it does not change. That means electron is not oscillating. Electron is not oscillating. Okay, so there is no emission of radiation. Okay, so electron is the expectation value is independent of time. So as time goes on, there is no change for the expectation value. That means the electron does not oscillate, and there is no radiation. Okay, so quantum mechanics proves that when a system in a particular state does not radiate, which is required for the stability of the atom. So atom is normally stable because electron in a particular state remains in that state for, it can remain in the particular state for a long time, no problem. If nothing is disturbed, now nobody is disturbed the electron, like radiation or some external things, electron will remain in that particular state for very long time, infinite time, so that no radiation comes from the atom. So atom is stable. Okay, this is the first part. Now take the second part. Now second part, we have two states. Consider two states, a particular state, higher state m, and a lower state n. So consider two states, a higher state m and a lower state n. So let the energy of the electron in this state is em, and in this state it is en. Okay, so consider two energies two different energies in the state n and lower state n and higher state m. Okay. Now, the wave function of the electron in this state we can write it as psi m, and in this state you can write it as psi n. They are different. Wave function in the two states are psi m and psi n. Okay. Now, see, we know what happens when electron in a particular state for a long time, either in nth state or mth state. But here we are considering the electron is jumping from the higher state to the lower state. So electron is coming to the lower state. So when the electron is in between the two states, what is the wave function? We know that the wave function is then the linear combination of psi n and psi m. Okay. When it is only in the state m, it is psi m. When it is only in the state n, it is psi n. So when the electron is in between m and n, the wave function is, we can write wave function as a linear combination of psi n plus psi m. Okay. And this combination should be also normalized. So for that, you put a normalization factor A here and B here. So this psi is, we can write it as A psi n plus B psi m. Okay. With the condition that modulus A square plus modulus B square equal to 1. And this ensures that it is normalized. Or you can write this one as, take the complex conjugate of this one, then multiply, find the psi star psi, that is equal to 1. Or that you can simply prove this. See, psi is this one, then psi star is A star psi n star plus B star psi m star. Then you find the psi star psi equal to 1. So from that you can write the psi n modulus psi n square. When you multiply this, 4 terms will come. Psi n star psi n, that is 1. Psi m star psi m, that is also 1. Then psi n star psi m, they are orthogonal and that is 0. So psi m star psi n, that product is also 0. So 2 term vanishes, only this A square psi n square plus B square psi n square equal to 1. So they are actually 1. So you can write A square plus B square equal to 1. Just multiply this and use the property that each state is normalized and all the neighboring states or all the states in an atom are mutually orthogonal. So their product is, wave function product is 0. So psi n, psi m product is 0 because they are orthogonal. All the states are mutually orthogonal. Okay. So this A square plus B square, you can write it as A star A plus B star B equal to 1. That also shows normalized. The resultant linear combination of the wave function is also normalized. Okay. So this equation should be always true. always true means there is only one electron. Electron can be found at only one place. Okay, or total probability of finding the electron at any place is 1. So that is why the resultant wave function should be also normalized. Okay, so when you put if you can put we have two constants a and b. If you put a equal to 0 and b equal to 1, means a psi n. This is a comes in this state, b comes here. So a equal to 0 means the system is in the excited state, mth state. When a equal to 1, b equal to 0, that means system is in the nth state. So the first one, this one corresponding to mth state, and this one corresponding to the nth state. Okay, and when a not equal to 0 and b not equal to 0 means the electron is in between m and n. Electron is actually going from m to n. So consider that case. Electron is doing this transition from m to n. Okay. Then let us see what is the expectation value. Okay. So when the transition takes place from m to n, the expectation value of position is integral minus infinity to plus infinity psi m star. Okay, then x, then psi n dx. This is the expression. This is the highest state, it's a conjugate, then x comes, then psi n comes, then dx. Okay, so now you can substitute for this one. So you can write this one as integral minus infinity to infinity. So here we have already taken the linear combination. So no need of writing psi m and psi n. You simply put a psi. Already we have taken the linear combination of the wave function. So you can write psi star x psi dx. Okay. Now you substitute for psi and psi star and psi. So you can write a star psi n star plus b star psi m star, then x, then a psi n plus b psi m dx. This is the expression for the expectation value of position in the case of electron transition. Electron transition from higher state to lower state, this is the expectation value. Now you simplify this one. Okay, so this you can write it as integral minus infinity to plus infinity. This x you can take to the left, no problem, because these are does not operate on x. Okay, then you will get here two terms, here two terms, so you get 4 product terms. So they are a star a, then psi n star psi n plus a star b psi n star psi m plus now this term into these two terms. So B star A psi m star psi n plus B star B psi m star psi m, okay, into dx. Okay. Now we have already found that this psi n star psi n. What is psi n star psi n? We have already found that this is nothing but un star un. If you take uh, the exponential part, they cancel each other. Okay. Then psi m star psi m, that is also similar to this one, um star um. Okay. Now what is this product? Psi n star, no, sorry, this was psi n star psi m. Okay. Psi n star psi m. This is n, this is m. So psi n star psi m is, we can write like this. Psi n star is un star e to the power of I by h cross, then en into t. Then psi m. Psi m is um e to the power of minus I by h cross em into t. Okay. Now this can be written as, okay, un star um. Okay. Then these two can be combined. Okay. And you can write it as e to the power of, let us write em minus en. So actually em is minus, so minus I by h cross you can take outside, then em minus en into t. Okay, this is the expression for psi n star psi m. Similarly, what is psi m star psi n? Psi m star psi n, that will be also like this. You can write similarly. That will be um star okay, um star then un, okay, um star un e to the power of my I by h cross into em minus en into t. Okay, you can just substitute this and simplify like this. Okay, you will get this one. So substitute all these four terms here. All these four terms. This is one term, second term, third term, fourth term here. This is psi n star psi n. This is psi n star psi m. This is psi m star psi n. And this is psi m star psi m. Now substitute all these terms here. You will get expectation value of x as integral minus infinity to plus infinity x into, okay, this is a star a star a, then un star un plus A star B psi n star psi m. This one un star um e to the power of minus I by h cross em minus en into t. Okay, now this one plus b star a, then psi m star psi n, which is this one. So you can write um star un e to the power of I by h cross em minus en into t. Okay, now the last term plus b star b psi m star psi m, this one um star um, okay, into dx. Okay, now you can distribute this integral, okay, integral over x to all the four terms. So this becomes like this: integral minus infinity to plus infinity x into okay, x into this a star a you can take outside because these are constant. So actually you can write this one as outside a star a, then x into un star un, okay, plus sorry, into dx, let it be dx here, separate integrals. Now the second term and third term, that will be there. I am going to write the last term. Last term is b star b integral minus infinity to plus infinity x into um star um into dx, plus the second term and the third term. So that is plus a star b integral minus infinity to plus infinity x into un star um e to the power of minus I into em minus en divided by h cross into t into dx, okay, plus the third term b star a integral minus infinity to plus infinity um star un e to the power of I by h cross em minus en into t dx. Okay, now you see this first and second term. Okay, first and second term, there is no time in these two terms. These are time independent terms. Okay, means this term does not allow any oscillation to the electron. Electron is not these two shows electron is not oscillating in the state when electron is in the nth state, it is not oscillating, and the electron is in the mth state, it is not oscillating. Okay, now see the third and fourth term, these two terms, they are the t does not vanish in these two terms, t comes here. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? These are exponential time dependent terms are here. Time is on the power of exponent. Okay, so that means e to the power of I means that is cos theta plus I sin theta like that. That means it is oscillating. So it is these last two terms are oscillating, shows the oscillating nature of electron. Okay. Also we can write this Em minus En by H cross as Em minus En, difference in energy is actually H cross omega. So this Em minus En by H cross, you can write it as angular frequency omega. Okay, so this is actually omega. Instead of this one, you can write omega. This is also Em minus En by H cross. This also you can write it as omega. Okay, so what is the difference between these two terms? Is that when the electron actually goes from uh, if one shows emission, the other shows absorption. Okay, so if you electron, when it jumps for transition takes from higher to lower state, it emits radiation. So that is emission. And the other term shows absorption. When the electron is going from lower to higher state, you require some radiation. If you give some radiation, electron can go from lower state to the higher state. Okay. So this is actually Em minus En by H cross. That is actually omega, the angular frequency of oscillation. Okay, so that means we know that when an oscillate, the principle of antenna, I hope you know the principle of the radiating antenna. The oscillating charge emits radiation. That is the principle of antenna. So the oscillating charge emits radiation. So here the electron oscillates. So electron is a charge, hence radiation is emitted. Okay, so we can write H cross omega as Em minus En, or you can write it as H cross omega. Also you can write it as H nu as Em minus En. H cross omega and H nu are same. Okay, so the quantum mechanics easily shows that the presence of omega or nu, or that is the oscillation of the electron or the radiation corresponding to the oscillation of electron. So quantum mechanics, when you find simply the expectation value of electron when it jumps from a higher to lower state, shows the presence of radiation, shows the emission of radiation, or absorption also it is showing. So we have simply proved one of the Bohr postulate using quantum mechanics. Bohr predicted all these things without any proof, but the formalism of quantum mechanics easily shows the possibility of radiative transition. So when a transition takes place, radiation is emitted. That is emission. The reverse process is when you supply radiation or any kind of energy, electron can go to the higher state from lower state. So that is absorption. Okay, so absorption can also take place, emission can also take place. So electron can go from lower to higher or higher to lower, depending upon the availability of energy from the surroundings. If energy is available, electron is excited. When the electron is excited, after a very short lifetime of the order of 10 to the power of minus 8 seconds, electron gets de-excited, so that the radiation corresponding to Em minus En is emitted as electromagnetic radiations. Okay, I think that is clear, which is the radiative transition or transition. Radiation happens during the transition. Okay, thank you.